Ranked choice voting. How to fix our broken democracy. Are you one of the 9 in 10 Americans that lack confidence in our political system?
What about one of the 70% that were frustrated by the 2016 presidential campaign?
Seems like chances are you feel the same way we and most Americans do.
But shouldn't we be excited about our elections? After all, this is America, land of the free, where we all get a voice in our government.
It's supposed to be that way, but our democracy is fundamentally broken. If you look at our inflammatory campaigns, divisive politics, underrepresented minorities, and unpopular elected officials, it's easy to see that something is wrong.
So, what can we do about it?
Well, the problem lies in our voting system, which is outdated and ineffective. Luckily, there is a solution: ranked choice voting. Here's how it works. Let's say you're voting in an election with 4 candidates.
I like green the best.
With ranked choice voting, you not only get to vote for green, but you can also rank the rest of the candidates in the order you prefer.
I choose green, then orange, then blue, then pink.
Great. Let's see how everyone else voted. After all the votes are counted, if one candidate gets a true majority of the vote, that candidate wins.
Makes sense. But what if no candidate gets over 50%?
Well, let's see. Take the following scenario, in which no single candidate has a majority of the votes. If we were using plurality voting, pink would win. But with ranked choice voting, the least popular candidate is eliminated. But if you voted for green, don't worry. Your vote will now count towards your second choice candidate. Now, your vote supports orange.
So what happens next?
The process is repeated until one candidate gains a majority of the vote. Notice that 2 people who voted for blue have green as their second choice. As green has already been eliminated, their third choice is counted: orange. Orange wins the election with a much broader support base than pink.
So how does this solve the problems with our current voting system?
Great question. Let's break down the benefits. Number 1, majority-supported winners. Under our current system, candidates frequently win elections without being supported by a majority of voters.
So that's why we have so many unpopular politicians in office.
Exactly. Let's take another look at our election results. Even though a majority of voters ranked pink last, pink would still win the election because it has the most votes, or a plurality. But with ranked choice voting, votes are redistributed until a candidate wins a true majority.
So that means the winner is someone most voters actually like. That's great.
Number 2, voter choice. Ranked choice voting encourages a much broader range of voter choice than our current system, which discourages candidates from running due to fear of vote splitting. Vote splitting occurs when 2 or more viable candidates from one ideological group split the vote, allowing the other group's candidate to win, even when they are disliked by a majority of voters.
But if I rank my vote, I can support the candidate I like most without worrying about supporting the one I like least, right?
Exactly. With more options open to voters, you'll never have to choose the lesser of 2 evils. Number 3, positive campaigning. The way things are now, candidates benefit from mudslinging, lying, and attacking their opponents.
Elections do get really ugly really fast.
But with ranked choice voting, candidates have an incentive to be civil and engage with their opponents constructively so that they don't end up ranked last. Less time and money spent on negative ads means more for issue-based dialogue. And finally, benefit number 4, promoting diversity. Take a look at the 115th Congress. Only 19.6% of its seats are filled by women, and just 19.4% are filled by people of color.
Wow, that seems undemocratic. So how can we better represent women and minorities?
Well, we need comprehensive reform, such as combining ranked choice voting with multi-winner districts. Because this type of election more accurately reflects the support of the people, it's easier for minority groups to elect candidates that represent them. Ranked choice voting also encourages all candidates to reach out to minority constituent groups that they normally wouldn't, as they can't afford to lose any high-ranking vote.
So ranked choice voting leads not only to diverse candidates and winners, but also greater attention to the issues of different constituent groups. That sounds like exactly the kind of democracy I want to live in.
Don't get too excited yet. Ranked choice voting is great, but we can pair it with other reforms that will make our democracy even stronger. Click here to learn about ranked choice voting combined with multi-winner districts, an even more robust model for fair representation. To learn more about Representation 2020, check out our website.